I know a lot of you garden on clay soil, and a lot of people have added in manure and muck and they have improved that clay soil. Clay soils are very rich in nutrients, so they are actually good, but they can be a little bit tough every now and again because they take quite a bit of work. Let's take a look at plants that will be happy growing in clay soils. Let's start off with Nepeta. Now, a lot of people love lavenders, but unfortunately lavenders really don't like clay soil because they don't like the fact that through the winter they're sitting in really wet ground, because the clay soil holds on to a lot of moisture in the winter and then it dries out in the summer. And this is why you need to be adding in that muck, that manure, maybe a little bit of grit as well, just to encourage it all to be done. But remember, if you are going to use muck that isn't quite well rotted, so not that really beautiful dark stuff, just slightly before that, because that then makes the soil and the clay actually have to work a little bit harder, and it improves the soil much quicker than using very well rotted manure. Anything you put on is good. So this is Nepeta Dawn to Dusk. This is a lovely pink flowered form. It's quite an upright habit, and the Nepetas are very happy in clay soils. So that is something. This is going to spread probably to around about 45 centimetres, 18 inches, and then be up to 2 feet tall. But you can cut down and get, take old flower head out, new flower will come through. So they will be happy on that type of soil. Then you get the hardy geraniums, and a lot of the really good strong ones are great in clay soil. So this one is Sirak. Sirak has a beautiful big pink flower. This has been flowering and flowering and flowering. In fact, it started here on the nursery flowering sort of about the end of April, and we're still putting on flower. Yes, we've cut down old flower head and then it comes up. So a really good clump former. This is going to make out at least 18, if not 20 inches. So we're talking about 60 centimetres round as a clump, and then height wise not much more than a foot to 18 inches to 30 to 45, but a really good clear pink. So that is another really great one. And then people don't realise Heucheras are actually quite happy on clay soils. They will be perfectly fine, and this particular variety is an old variety. This is one of the very old first breedings that Dan Himes did, and this one is Starry Night. Now this one has beautiful purple foliage, really lovely, so this needs a little bit of sun on it. And then it produces these wonderful tall flower spikes. Not all Heuchera are just about the foliage. Some of them have the most fantastic flowers, and these flowers are great as cut flower. When the flower heads are gone over, then you just pull out the old dead stems like so. Don't worry if a leaf comes off as well. That will encourage it, that tidies up the plant. It will send up new and you'll get more flower coming through. So this one is Heuchera Starry Night. I love this one because it's got just a really good plain good purple foliage, and then these lovely flowers coming up above it. So that one will be good in a clay soil. And another one that is starting to flower now, which is quite happy, especially in an alkaline type of clay soil. This one will go neutral to alkaline. This is Succisella. Succisella frosted pearl. It's got these beautiful little pom-pom flowers which are just coming out, and all of this is all flower bud, and this is just going to be a haze of beautiful pale sort of lilac to white colour that you'll get on there, and then it makes a lovely big clump here. It's got quite narrow foliage. The foliage always gets two-toned, so that is really good. So that is something else which is great, gives you structure, gives you late season. Succisella frosted pearl. And then a really good one for the back of the border and to give you really good height is this one, the Vernonia. Now this is an American native. This one is Vernonia arkansana, and this one is Mamuth. And Mamuth has beautiful purple flowers, and they start in the centre of the head and gradually flower to the outside of the flower head. Now they can get up to being really quite tall depending on your soil type, but they will go in very dry conditions or very wet conditions. These are a fabulous statement plant for the back of the border. They make a really good size clump. and they're great on clay soils. So Vernonia, arkansana, Mamuth, and I love it. It's really great. That one is also known as ironweed. Recently I set up an email newsletter, and if you want to sign up, then please click in the comments link below or scan the QR code on the screen now. If you sign up, you get an exclusive video. This is a video of me explaining colour combinations and plant combinations in real gardens. Then we have a little low growing subshrub. So this little plant is Ceratostigma plumbaginoides, and it has these incredible gentian blue flowers held on the top. They come out of quite red little calyxes there, and then they always have this slightly redder tone on the first set of leaves that are there. And then as the autumn goes on, the foliage gets darker and darker, and you'll get the blue showing up really vividly. Now this is something that creeps along, and it will grow from old growth as well as new growth, so that's why it's subshrubby. But it's a real great thing, and it's very tolerant, so it is absolutely fine on clay soil. Such a fabulous little thing. Ceratostigma plumbaginoides. And something which is great for clay are the hydrangeas. They really do enjoy growing in that sort of soil. This one is Little Spooky. So Little Spooky has been bred to be a slightly more compact. It's not really squat, but it is just slightly more compact, because I know a lot of people don't have much space. So therefore, having something which they enjoy, but having just a slightly smaller plant is good. I like plants which have been bred to be smaller as long as they stay within proportion. So this one is really good. So not only is the plant slightly smaller, the flower heads are slightly smaller, which means that they hold the flower heads up. And as with all hydrangeas, they like a bit of water, so they get loads of water right the way through the winter months. And then yes, when the soil dries out a little bit in the summer, but they are fine because their roots will have gone down and they will be absolutely happy, especially if they are in sort of dappled light, part shade. So that is what that one will do. So Hydrangea Little Spooky. Then there are some grasses which are perfectly happy on clay soils, especially these, the Molinia or the moor grasses, because they're used to that ebb and flow of being really wet or quite dry. So this one is Moorhexe. This one is a slightly smaller growing form from the point of view that the actual foliage is lower, and then the flower seed heads are lower as well. But it's a really good little grass. It doesn't take over, it will spread very slowly, keeping in a lovely round clump or tuft, and then up comes with these slightly darker flower heads, which when the wind blows you just get that wonderful movement. So that is Molinia Moorhexe. Then you have the Bistortas, and there are lots of different Bistortas out there. This one happens to be Blackfield. It's a really super dark colour. Look at the colour of those flowers, and it's only just starting. So you've got the first flowers there, more here, and there'll be more flower coming on it as well. Now, because there's been a little bit of hotter weather, it's going into a little bit of autumn foliage early, but just shows you that when it does go into autumn foliage, it is fantastic. So you'll get that, you'll get the green, you'll get this beautiful dark burgundy red on the top of there as well. So that is a great plant. Now, of course, these do make big clumps, so be aware of that. But in a clay soil, that's actually quite beneficial. So Bistorta, amplexicaule, Blackfield. And then lastly, a really lovely shrub, which is tolerant of all sorts of conditions, is this, the Physocarpus. And this one just happens to be Lady in Red. Lady in Red has really good, quite red purple foliage, especially on the new growth. The new growth has got a really good red tint to it. It's a mid-height shrub, so it's somewhere between the 3 and 5 feet, depending on your soil and depending on how you prune it. It has beautiful golf golf ball size pink flowers, which it has in the spring. So those are held over the top of the foliage in around about May time. And then you prune after flowering. So once it's finished, you give it a tidy up prune, and then you can keep it to the size that you want, because then through the summer months it's growing. You leave because it flowers on new growth. If you go and cut it back in the autumn, you will not get very much flower in the spring. That's something to be aware of. Physocarpus Lady in red. Here are the plants all laid out together, giving you an idea of plant material that you could have in a clay soil. So basically they will all grow very well. They would prefer it to be sunny, on the sunnier side, with maybe a little bit of dappled light. That is the situation that I expect these to grow in really well. So the Nepeta is here, the Molinia is here, you've got your tall Vernonia, you've got your shrub there which will get bigger. There's a little bit of interest, so I've put the Bistorta at the back so that it can fill up the space there. Succisella there. The wind will blow, you'll get a lovely bit of movement. But you've got a good colour range, you've got interest with the foliage as well. So there are plenty of plants that you can put into a clay soil. And also when you are working with clay soils, remember, if you're going to mulch, do not mulch in the middle of the summer unless it is wet. Putting mulch onto dry soil makes it worse and heats it up. So mulching should be done when the soil is wet and really good and wet. And that doesn't mean you irrigating on it. It means it needs a good downpour. It needs the rain to get in there. And then you put the mulch in there to keep that moisture there. You can incorporate it if you want. But these plants would all be happy in a clay area. As I say, quite a bit of sun, a little bit of dappled light. So maybe where they're in shade at part of the day, or where they've got dappled light from trees around. But they would all be happy plants in that situation. So just go out there and have a look. Ask the questions of the people that are selling the plants and say, will this tolerate a clay soil? And you'll be surprised at how many plants you can grow there will be perfectly happy. I hope this has given you some ideas, and thank you very much for watching, and please do subscribe to the channel. If you want to watch another video of mine, YouTube thinks this one is perfect for you.